What's up, guys? Welcome to your 19th Android tutorial. Against me, Travis, and these are for the new Boston. What we're going to do in this tutorial is still work for our list activity that we're creating called menu. And we're just going to go within the onCreate method of this list activity. And this is generally, or what we have done in the past, we would say like set content view and reference a layout that we created in XML. But for this list activity, we aren't actually going to use a layout. We're going to develop everything in Java, just because for the most part I want to show you guys the Java aspect as well. So you can think of, instead of saying set content view, we're going to say set list adapter for our list activity, and then we're going to, within there, it's going to look for an array adapter, which we don't have one, and we're going to set that up. So basically, again, this will probably be kind of confusing, guys, but just stick with this. Try to follow along and just get this set up. And this is a great reference, or a great resource for the most part. I mean, this series is, because once you guys have this built, when you guys are developing your own applications, you can always go back and look at how we did some certain things, and you guys will pick up on stuff more easily as you guys get more familiar with Java and more familiar with Android and all that great stuff. So just stick with it. I promise you later on in the series everything is going to make sense. So what we're going to say is set list adapter. And like I said, this takes an array adapter or a list adapter for the most part within the parameters right here. As you can see, it takes a list adapter, but we're going to create an array adapter, which will basically, what that's going to do is take some kind of parameters or attributes, and it's going to kind of adapt it for the most part into a list adapter, if that makes sense. And since we're using an array, that's what we're going to use as an array adapter. I don't know, I thought I'd give you guys kind of an idea of what we're doing instead of making you guys completely lost as we're creating this. So we're going to say new array adapter, and then what we're going to say is a greater than sign and string, spelt like that. And basically this greater than and less than sign, basically whatever is within there, it's saying that's the type of array adapter we're creating. And we're creating an array adapter with the type string because we're working with a string array up here. So hopefully, and we're getting some errors, don't worry about that. If we once we set up our method, for the most part, we're going to just do some brackets right here, or some parentheses after we set up what type it is, and then we have to import the array adapter. So there we go, we import it, and now we're getting another error because we aren't giving it any attributes for it to kind of adapt to or convert into, you know, the thing that we're looking for. So if we hover over here, we can see kind of the different attributes or parameters that it takes within these parentheses. And we want to use the one that uses a context, an int, and a string array. So that's one we're going to click on, and it kind of sets up some stuff for us. Our context, again, we're just going to refer to the context of our class. So we're going to say our class name, menu.this, and it already has our, again, this was our string array, and it already has it set up. It says classes, and that again is this string array up here. You don't have to put those square brackets right there. It's just going to know that's a string array. So there we go. We set up that parameter, and the only other one we have left is this int. Now this is going to be maybe kind of confusing for brand new programmers, because you're like, an int, okay, or integer, I know what that is. That's like a 1, 2, 3, that's a whole number. But what we're actually going to do is kind of use a reference, and what this parameter is actually going to be is just one single list item, kind of the layout of one single list item within our whole entire list, and it's going to kind of set that up for us. But it's referred to as an int because over here in our gen folder, our R Java, just to open that up, I don't know if I showed you this as well, but these are all ints as well. Like, you know, let's see, our splash background, you're like, that's a picture, but it's referring to it as an int, and it's just kind of a reference that it's giving as a number. So don't get too confused by saying, oh, we need like a 1, 2, or some kind of number. Basically what this parameter again is going to be is just a single item within our list. And the Android SDK comes with some of these default list items that we can use. So we're going to refer to that instead of creating our own at the moment. So we're going to say Android dot R dot layout dot, and then we have all these choices that we can choose from, and we're going to pick simple list item 1. So again, this is just setting up kind of the attributes of a single list item within our entire list. So hopefully that made somewhat sense, like some sense. I completely understand if that made no sense at all, guys. Don't worry, because again, trust me, as we go through the series you'll understand everything. So thanks again, guys, for watching. The next tutorial we're going to finish our list activity where we set up this method on list item click. So catch you guys then. Have a good one.